Hi, I'm Laura Nance, and there are a few important terms that I want you to become real familiar with when we talk about fabric, because you are going to be hearing them over and over and over again. I just want to share with you some of the terms that you're going to hear over and over and over again in quilt making when we're dealing with fabric. We all love fabric and we want to be able to use it to its best advantage, so it's really important that you become familiar with these terms right from the start. I've got a piece of fabric here and it's folded in half. On the ends are called the selvedge edges. Oftentimes on the selvedge edges you're going to see the manufacturer's name, the designer's name, and sometimes there are even some little color dots that run along the whole length of the selvedges. The selvedge edges run parallel to what we call the lengthwise grain of the fabric. And the lengthwise grain runs the full length of this piece of fabric, all the way down, the full bolt. The cross grain runs perpendicular. So if you were marking or cutting in this direction, this is called the crosswise grain. Both the lengthwise grain and the crosswise grain are considered straight of grain. However, the lengthwise grain has less stretch in it than the crosswise grain. It has a little more stretch. If I fold the fabric at a 45-degree angle, and let's assume that this is a true 45-degree angle, this is what we call a true bias. If I give a little tug here, notice the amount of give we have. All right? That's really important to be familiar with, because the bias is generally a grain line that you want to avoid, especially around the outer edges of a block, because of the amount of stretch in there. So my best suggestion for you is become familiar with these, so when you're cutting you don't run into problems with stretching one way or another, so that you can have success with your quilting experience. So get to know your fabric, love your fabric, and use it to its best advantage.